Good morning, it's Melissa, Mother Lover for Life, 100%, coming to you doing the Kitsune Foxfire deck again today for a morning spiritual message. I hope all of you are having a good morning and getting out into nature, grounding, and developing your spirituality. That's what I'm going to do today. The cardinal just came and sang a little song outside my window just a minute ago, so that was kind of cool. I'm going to go ahead and light some sage. Thank you for tuning in to my channel this morning. Please like, subscribe, and share if you find this spiritual message helpful. Give me a thumbs up so that these spiritual messages can get out and help other people that may be spiritually ascending at this time and growing on their spiritual path. So, like I said, thank you for tuning in. Let's go ahead and light some sage and get this reading started. Oh, the sun's going to start shining. Okay. Okay, I just want to thank my angels, ascended masters, spirits, and guides, Mother Mary Magdalene, Jesus Christ, and Kitsune, my ancestors, angels and ascended masters. I think I just said that. For this blessing of life today, I ask for a mind that's clear, eyes to see truth, ears to hear truth, and a voice to speak truth, and a heart that's pure. I cleanse and clear all negative energy with the white light of the Holy Spirit. Oops. Thank you for this gift of life, and I thank you for my blessings. And whoever this reading is reaching out to today, I ask that it blesses them with whatever it is that they need to hear. And hope that sharing my journey can uplift others. Okay, hold on just a second. I'm going to go ahead and light a candle. Okay, I'm back. If I can, oh, there we go. Okay. So we got us a candle. Take some deep breaths. Release any negativity, self-doubt, self-sabotage. I just saw growth and memories of the forgotten self, and delight in growth again. Sunlight after the darkness and growth again. Every time I'm splitting the deck, I'm seeing growth. And there it is again. That's the fourth time I've seen it, so that's so funny. And now it's on the bottom of the deck. Tending to the future and growth. I thank Kitsune for this message this morning and hope it reaches whoever it needs to. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful spring day out again today. I'm going to get outside and enjoy it. Yesterday I was delivering packages in the rain all day, so I'm kind of glad the sun's out today. One more time. Beneath the surface and leave behind what is no longer you. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I just want to thank Spirit and Kitsune for this message that I'm reading for. Oop. What is at the heart of this spread? Okay. Sunlight after the darkness is what is in the heart of this collective energy. Number 11. And the sun's brightening up a little bit too. So I'm doing a Celtic cross spread. Oops. Got some fumble fingers today. Okay. So crossing sunlight after darkness. Thank you, Kitsune, for the spiritual message this morning, for this collective energy that I'm reading for. Okay. The noble one is what's crossing sunlight after darkness. And then we have tea ceremony. I'm having my green tea this morning, so I'm kind of having my own little personal tea ceremony with you guys, if you're drinking tea. Thank you, Kitsune. Ooh, that one really flew out. Sharing your wisdom. So sunlight after darkness, the noble one, the tea ceremony, and sharing your wisdom. Thank you for this message, Kitsune. For this collective energy I'm reading for. Woo. Okay. Then we have the gift of connection. And be still a while. And for this collective's hopes and desires, this energy that I'm reading for this collective this morning, that is having sunlight after darkness, the noble one, tea ceremony, sharing wisdom through the gift of connection, and being still a while. What are their hopes and desires? Angels, spirits, and guides. Okay. The Sentinel. And reputation, fears, and right action. Can we get reputation, fears, and right action of this collective for this spiritual message this morning? Shadow Dancer. What are the fears and right action for this collective spirit? Okay. Bringer of change. That's under fears. Right action for this collective. The creation of light. So at the heart of this spread is, okay, and at the bottom is find a place to withdraw to. So sometimes during this sunlight after the darkness, we do need to find a place to withdraw to come back into ourselves, to collect ourselves after some darkness, so that we're able to come back into the light within ourselves, come back into the joy that we once knew. So let's go ahead and read Sunlight After Darkness. This little fox is holding a fan, and she's got her eyes closed. I don't know if you can see that with the glare, but, and that's number 11. And this is the energy for this collective this morning. So after a long time of challenges and hurt, there comes a time when the sweet joys of life gently begin to return. They will steal into your life so quietly that for many, the signs of this beautiful change will go unnoticed. But with the turn of this card, you know now that the time of new light will be awakening in and around you. If you tune in, and you will begin to see the signs that there is a sweetness returning, that a smile or two fleets across your lips, and that you awaken more easily and greet the day with a sense of that today will be a little kinder, a better place than yesterday. You will notice others responding to you warmly and slowly, oh so slowly. You will begin to believe that perhaps there is a way forward, and that you will once again find happiness. It is too soon to speak of exuberance or enthusiastic, but this tender, very fragile time will grow when you tend to it, when you encourage it, when you begin to notice that you are at last healing from the wounds that life has dealt you. There will be no going back into the darkness. This is not temporary. You can trust this, and with your trust, you will gather strength and begin to take root. This sunlit time will grow brighter and become stronger as you feed it with your belief and gratitude. So do this, friend, and know that what was will never be again. For now, you are in a time of new light. So that's a good reminder to come into that sunlight after darkness. I know that after like 7 years of Dark Night of the Soul, I'm grateful to be coming into that sunlight after the darkness, because it's been a very difficult challenge. Excuse me. And sometimes we don't notice those changes within ourselves. Other people maybe notice them more than we do. And this sunlight after darkness is crossed by the noble one. Through the tea ceremony, we're sharing our wisdom, and it's through the gift of connection after we have been still a while. And the outcome, the desires is Sentinel. So let's read let's read a little bit out of the Sentinel, which is number 15. So this is the desires, inner desires and dreams and wishes of this collective I'm reading for. Within the world you dwell in, a storm is brewing. It is visible to many so far, and most are completely unaware of its approach. They no longer notice the fall and rise of the air about them, the tightening, excuse me, the tightening of the pressure or the release of rain, for they dwell within their glass towers and no longer feel a part of the elements and the dance between them. But you do, seeker, and you are aware that there is a force gathering. What its outcome will be, how it will break, and what it will do are still mysteries, but you can prepare for this storm approaching. Others will not listen. Others will see you as negative or fearful when you inform them of what it is you are preparing for. Regardless, prepare anyway. Watch and take care of what it is you need to do. This is nothing to be fearful of. It is simply advanced knowledge of a storm, and storms can damage or they can pass overhead and clear the air. It is wise to prepare. The sentinel of the skies, this dragon being, has come to you, and you are invited now to see things from this magical perspective, to go high above the buildings and the everyday, and see the implications of change that is coming. This gift of foresight from the friends of the Kitsune will see you well prepared for the gathering storm, and will give you foresight and enable you to look out for those who will listen. Make wise choices, preserve, take care, observe, repair, and prepare, and consider what you will do to be sure you are cared for in the future. Know that when the storm passes, for they all will, you will be standing strong and able to help others, if necessary, and continue with your life. You are being watched over the sentinel will stand with you always. So that's a good reminder that we are being watched over. We are preparing for a storm. So that way, when the storm does come, whether it passes over or tears the shit out of everything, we'll be prepared. So that's a good reminder to prepare and make healthy choices while preparing, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically preparing. So the reputation is 42, Shadow Dancer. I don't know if you can see that with the glare, but it's like the Shadow Dancer is in two different worlds. Her wings are kind of tattered. So this world looks kind of like the shadow world. This looks like the light. So let's see what the Shadow Dancer is, the bringer of change through the creation of light. So 42, Shadow Dancer. The Shadow Dancer moves through the forest, finding those who have strong belief in who they are and how they can change and who they can become, revealing to them hidden self they have shunned and avoided. When the Shadow Dancer comes, you will slowly come to illuminate the unknown within. And in this way, the lost and unloved parts of yourself will be able to come home to you and in time become a part of that will offer you so much richness and creativity. This mysterious being brings to you the blessing that so many of us refuse in this lifetime, an opportunity to work with their shadow. So many flee from her wisdom, but those who stay find many blessings more than if they had practiced avoidance. The dance with the shadow, to know the shadow, is a great challenge. It is not as simple as acknowledging or less than pleasant qualities. It is acknowledge that within us there is much that we are unaware of, and that in order to come to know the shadow self, we must become humble and and feel our way into our own deeper self. In this way, our own tendencies become illuminated over time and with patient, steady work. This work takes deep self love, compassion, and often self care. It can be troubling and can raise shame, guilt, fear as we begin to know what we have previously been unable to see. This is a process of seeing the unknown that lies within our own souls. This is not a process of self condemnation, but one of self discovery and deep self love. When this card comes to you, prepare to dance with the shadow to discover the hidden within self, who is so different, very different from the self you have created over time. With this shadow self, you will be a great teacher and will come a great the shadow self will be a great teacher and will come to you in moments that can shake our foundations. But when we dance with the shadow, we can become closer to who than we once were. But in order to do so, we must be prepared to explore the strangest, wildest, and most avoided aspects of ourselves. In this way, though, we become travelers of the soul, stronger, authentic, with a wisdom that is born out of knowing thyself. When you work with your shadow, the shadow dancer is undertaken, for it is never fully, truly finished. You will be more whole with a truer sense of who you are here to be. So that's a good reminder. And through knowing our shadow, we are the bringer of change. And sometimes that can be, you can be fearful of this change because changing ourselves through knowing our shadow side, it's not good or bad. It's just the knowing of that it's there can bring about change within yourself that maybe others don't want to see within themselves. And maybe it reminds them of things that they need to change within themselves that they aren't willing to take a look at right now. And that's okay. Maybe they're still accepting dancing with the darkness of ignorance. So that's their own path to walk. And all we can do is work on ourselves and hope that working on ourselves brings change to those that we love through the creation of light. So let's read Bringer of Change, because this is this collective's fears and concerns or worries, and it may be what is holding this collective energy back is the Bringer of Change. So in this card, this man looks kind of sad, or fairy man looks kind of sad. You can see on his face, even though he is holding this light in his right hand, and there is a plant in it, and he's letting these butterflies go, there's some sadness on his face. So 38. You are not as they expected you to be, are you, dear one? They thought you would be one who was more like themselves, who would be a part of the pre-designed patterns and wave after wave of people who keep the world traveling in the same direction. But you, friend, were different. It was not intentional, nor was it a reaction. It simply was something new was born into the world when you were brought forth. So now you are releasing the special light and qualities that only you can bring to this planet. And you will find that there are others like you, beautiful souls who seem at times to not belong, and who are sometimes rejected. But this card comes to tell you that the part of your creation and a part of your soul's journey is not to come here to be a part of what already existed. It was one to come here to change what already was. And now you are at that moment where you will show who you are, all of it, without shame or fear. You will no longer fear rejection or scorn or even the fear of disappointing those that you love. You, all of you, are here to give to the world something that is needed to offer it medicine, so that we all, human, animal, winged ones, and beings, are released into freedom to be who they came here to be. You are flying free now, and in turn, you will free others. So bring to us your unique vision and energies and experiences, and teach us how to become who we are all meant to be, bringer of change. And through the creation of light, we are releasing these butterflies from captivity, from their cocoons, through creating more light within ourselves, because we are the bringers of change through the creation of light as light workers. So 19 is the creation of light, and that is the right action. So it empowers and encourages us to shape our destinies and become co-creators of the future through the bringing of change within ourselves, and the creation of light within ourselves. We're able to share that gift of connection through the creation of life with others. And it's a very noble act through sharing our wisdom. So, sunlight after darkness, noble one, through the tea ceremony, you're sharing your wisdom with through the gift of connection. Be still a while. The sentinel is watching over us through the shadow dancing that we may be doing. And we are bringers of change through the creation of light. So that's a beautiful message from the Kitsune deck today. I hope that you found it helpful. I'm going to get a card from the Lightworkers Oracle deck and just see what that has to share with us today. I hope that you found that helpful. So this is the Lightworkers Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild. It comes with a guidebook, and it's a very helpful Lightworker Oracle deck if you want if you want to research a little bit more about light work. That's what I had to do in order to be more aware So Dark Angel, second ray of wisdom. Fifth ray of intellectual knowledge. And I got Dark Angel again when I split the deck. So. Family of Light. Soul Child. I got Family of Light and Initiation by Water. Water is very second chakra fluid healing energy. So Initiation by Water again, and Past Life Activation when I split this deck. And give it one more shuffle. 1111, messages in numbers. The Pink Rose of Lady Nada. Can you hear that little finch out there? She's sitting on her little baby. Hold your center. And then I got this again, 1111, message through numbers. Okay. Thank you, Lightworker Oracle deck. Can we please get one card on what is the most important message for this group of Lightworkers I may be reading for today? Okay. Yep. Hold your center. This is a beautiful card. So she's sitting on the steps in a garden. This is either an angel or her higher self behind her, looking up to the heavens. She's looking down. And there's it looks like a dove. This is an archway in the garden. This is a beautiful card. So 34, hold your center. And you can see that like her chest is illuminated with gold light. And this is white light all around her. So hold your center. At the bottom of the deck, I got 1111, card 11. Messages and numbers. That's how Spirit speaks to me. It's one of the symbols, and through synchronicity that probably for at least as much as I've noticed while I've been going through the dark night of the soul, I noticed the synchronicity. I became more aware of synchronicity. I think Spirit knew I was going through the dark night of the soul. Probably nearly one of the only things that gave me hope, knowing that Spirit's reaching out to me, communicating with me, and helping me hold my center. So this is 7, which is a spiritual number for me. It's like spiritual change and growth. Okay. So, have you been rushing out to meet others, trying to bend or accommodate their needs at the expense of your own well-being and inner peace? Now you are strengthening your own energy and your own boundaries to find your ground. Firmly place your feet there and do not move. Feel your feet anchoring you like a beautiful tree. Let yourself experience quiet certainty, and as you hold your center with commitment, courage, and consciousness, you are learning to trust your own instincts, to take your own journey without comparison to the life path of another. There is no need to become disheartened or distracted by comparisons or judgments. The earth needs your light, which can only come from you. You will offer so much less if you try to make it match your beauty to what you will offer so much less if you try to make it match your beauty to what you perceive to be the beauty of another. Excuse me, that was a rough one. So you will offer so much less if you try to make it match your beauty to what you perceive to be the beauty of another. So don't compare yourself to others. You're the only one that can carry your light. There's only one of you. Many souls who are different and unique were not understood, acknowledged, and valued for whom they were as children. Instead, they were encouraged to conform, to change, to be other than their true self in order to be loved. So conditional love. This is a hard pattern to break. Yet the time is here for you to love and honor yourself as yourself. You are beautiful. You do not need to change for another. You certainly do not need to change for the divine. You are being encouraged instead to distill your own essence to become even more of you. Hold your center now and do not be rattled by any other through intimidation, confrontation, doubt, jealousy, or fear. To hold your center means that you accept your innate value and worth, your right to exist and thrive, and accept the love that created you as you are in order to fulfill your divine destiny. This oracle brings you confirmation. You are on the right path. You do not need to collapse into fear or doubt to ease old guilt or make others more comfortable. It is not selfish or hard of you to be strong. You can hold yourself in high esteem and be gentle and loving to others whilst absolutely refusing to accept any behavior, belief, or attitude of another that would tear you down or cast you into self-doubt or self-hatred. As part of your spiritual training, your soul learns to be open to receive guidance and channel healing. This is what you needed to be able to do to function as a healer, channel, and light worker. You had to be sensitive, receptive, and open. Now is the time to balance that with resilience, strength, and even some divine stubbornness. Refusing to give up on who you are whilst remaining open to guidance is the balance of loving wisdom necessary to grow yourself as a divinely unique individual in a world that often fears true individuality, simply because it cannot be easily controlled. Holding your center doesn't mean that you no longer surrender. Instead, you consciously choose to surrender into divine love and grow more empowered. You are here to shine a light, to be the lighthouse for others. The lighthouse doesn't ask for permission to shine. It stands still, shines faithfully, and those who need it are guided by its light to safety. Do not lose faith in yourself, beloved soul. You know who you are. Be strong. Honor your inner beauty and your personal boundaries. You need to feel safe in your ability to say no as much as you need to know that you will say yes when your heart guides you to do so. Be true to you. This is the invocation. I am empowered by divine love to hold my center, to be in my truth, to stay strong, to be in my integrity and act with courage. The only energy I invite and allow to remain in my field is that which supports me unconditionally with genuine love. I love my boundaries. They are the way that I lovingly choose